information breaking right now, and a lot of interest. There's a lot of activity here also, because where I'm standing, it's completely full. There are people standing on rooftops here waiting for that big demolition. This is the big news coming in right now. We have all the vantage points that you can see on your screens live. In fact, since yesterday, we have a live camera outside Supertech, which is showing you live footage. Let's talk about what is happening right now. The first siren has gone off at demolition site. Big news coming in. First siren has gone off at the demolition site. Just around 30 minutes left. I'm wearing a mask right now. Masks are being distributed where I am right now, because we want to make sure that once there is some dust, we keep safe. Just as a safety precaution, we are putting our masks on. So this is the big news coming in. NDRF has come just a short while back. All the safety precautions are in place. The fire tenders, ambulances are in place. And let's talk a little bit about the detonation. The detonation will happen on the bottom floor. Emulsions will be used. Explosive materials will be used. 3,700 kilograms. I repeat, 3,700 kilograms will be used to detonate this building. Waterfall detonation, waterfall implosion will take place. And if this is successful, it will put India in the league of countries which can carry out successful voluntary, I repeat, successful voluntary demolition. So this is a very important demolition. Just 30 minutes left, 2 p.m. It's 2 p.m. viewers. And right now, let's talk a little bit about the residents. There's nobody around right now. We are at a very safe distance. But the people staying around, they have all left. 5,000 people have left the building. And we also saw an act of humanity. It was just not about the demolition. It's just not about, the Supreme Court order, which said there's nefarious complicity between Noida Authority and Supertech. It's also about humanity coming together. Because when we have been reporting, Republic TV has been speaking to residents who stay close by, and they have given all their efforts, giving people water, places to stay, for those who had to evacuate. NGOs coming forward, youngsters coming forward, rescuing stray animals, rescuing stray dogs, to make sure that they're also safe. So this is not just about the demolition. It's not just about the fight for justice, fight against corruption. It's about the entire community coming together. Because, you will see in Noida, if you're in Noida and you stand at the rooftop, you will see that the entire rooftop all across Supertech is crowded. It's crowded. People coming out, young, old, men, women, all coming out to see the demolition. A lot of activity. In fact, even teas being distributed, water is being distributed as well. All right, I'm going to go back to Shavan. Shavan, just 30 minutes left. Shavan, just 30 minutes left, and where I am, there's extreme excitement. Over to you. What's happening where you are?
Well, exactly 30 minutes, and viewers, you need to stay with Republic Media Network as we get you every possible update. Let me quickly go back to that Twin Towers. Only 30 minutes, viewers. We are going to witness this for 30 minutes, and thereafter this building comes crashing down. And this is only because, as we've been pointing out, for 9 years, people of Emerald Court have been fighting to bring down this illegal construction. I'll request Rawatji, just stay with those building, because as we try and explain to all our viewers what's really going to happen and why we've been constantly saying that this perhaps is going to be one of the biggest lessons for all those builder mafia who've taken the home buyers for a ride. Today, it's going to be the biggest message that's going to go across not only to builders here in the national capital and the NCR region, but the entire country, that no longer can you take the home buyers for a ride, because if you do so, this is going to be your destiny. What you have created is going to come down, is going to crumble down, and not just the builder mafia, but also those officials who have been complicit, hand in glove, for bringing in this tower, which is going to undoubtedly be a blot, if I may say so, given the fact that had it not been for those corrupt officials, had it not been for those corrupt builders, this building would not have stood here. And not just that, created the trouble for all the people who are living in the vicinity. Suesha, let's just quickly focus now. What's going to happen? Now it's 2:03 about 2:30, the building is going to be brought down. What is going to really happen? How is it going to, go across? Let's try and explain this. First, Suesha, you take us through this, explaining it to our viewers where we are standing and perhaps the area and whether at all, once this building is brought down, is it really going to impact the buildings in the vicinity, in the adjacent buildings also?
Yes, Shravan, and now every minute is very crucial because we are literally only 26 minutes or lesser than that from when these two structures stand imploded. And like you said, Shravan, it is justice that has prevailed in every which way, because not only do we see illegal construction come down today, but also the very fact that the home buyers and the residents living in the adjacent structures have been compensated to by the top court of the country. And the message is very, very clear that just because you have the money and the muscle power, you cannot override the consumer, the residents, the home buyers. They cannot be taken for a ride. And Shravan, I also want to mention here, because like I said earlier, that I have been a part of a lot of these protests, a lot of such structures that have come up, promises made by the builders to the residents, to the home buyers about the amenities promised, about how the structure will come up. But eventually, are the norms being followed? Is the safety kept in mind? Are all the precautions being considered? But today, when Shravan, these buildings will be raised down, all such precautions are being taken. In fact, which is why we see the delay, which is why this particular day has been chosen. It's a Sunday. And now at this point, as we talk, Shravan, about 25 minutes away from the scheduled time of when these buildings will be raised down, I see lesser movement now. The roads completely blocked and barricaded. The cars that stand straight, not many who are moving. And of course, we'll see.
There's one more interesting thing that's happening right now. Ravitji, why don't you just show just barely 100,
Yes.
200 meters away from the building, perhaps people are now gathering.
Yes.
Take a look at this. There is there's absolutely no doubt about the fact that there is a lot of excitement which is palpable right now, given the fact that a lot of number of people, cars that have been completely lined up. Take a look at this. Take a look at this, where the fire tenders have been parked around this area. More and more people. We've been here for the last 2.5, 3 hours now, and we are now seeing the more and more number of people gathering here because they all want to get a closer glimpse. I'm not very sure for how long they would be allowed to be here, given the fact that the police may be asking them to leave in a short while from now. There is a safe distance, but having said that, I'm not too sure for how long would they be allowed here. Let's just quickly also go across to Shivangi, who's joining us from the other vantage point. I'm given to understand there are more people joining Shivangi. Over to you, Shivangi. Get us the latest.
Right. Well, Shravan, we are here on the rooftop, and we have of an issue, but if my camera person slowly pan and show a little bit of the crowd which is gathered right behind me, a little bit of the crowd. If you can just show the little bit of the crowd, because I want people to understand how much excitement there is over here. Just look at this, this rooftop where we are, so many people gathered there, and just have a look.